Pop the popcorn, grab a Coke, and find that old VHS. We're diving deep in cheesy flicks. Yeah, we're on a vintage quest. Low reviews but high on laughs. Let's give these films a cheer. The cult classics, flops, and nuts. There are topics this year. We're the Ejectables, rolling back the years, celebrating movies that no one else cheers. From bad hairdos to epic fails, we say it's all good. We're the Ejectables, yeah, we're misunderstood.
Welcome to the Ejectables. This is the show where movie enthusiasts Bill and Ian join forces with a weekly rotating guest to celebrate movies that we feel have been unjustly panned by the critics or sadly ignored and forgotten by audiences. Today, we are joined again by my friend, Austin Handler. He is a daddy, he is a hubby, he's an interior designer, but most importantly, he loves movies. Austin, welcome back to the show.
Hey guys, thank you so much for having me back again. This is really exciting.
We're so happy that you could do it. Now, I need to ask you about a tragedy that you recently experienced. Do you mind if I ask you about it?
I don't know what the tragedy is, but sure.
What happened? What is that? What happened?
Wow. This is what happens when you're still committed to the skinny jean life and you reach for something on a low supermarket shelf.
Let's show them again. What did you do how did you, I don't know, cover yourself up and get to the car?
I kept shopping.
Okay. But I guess when you're standing straight, yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Just
I think it was fine.
Prayers.
Nobody came up to me and said, "Excuse me, sir, I think you might have ripped your jeans." So
well,
I
that's
felt
like
it
if they say
probably
something
wasn't that bad.
You could have started a trend, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I think that's already happening, that trend.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right, instead of the ripped knees, like
Yeah.
ripped rear.
And
There
if
you
someone says something, it means they've been looking at your butt. I had no choice going on Instagram because that was like the first thing I saw. So I didn't mean to look at your butt. Anyway, see any movies lately? See any new movies lately?
I did. I saw the new Tron movie. Have you guys seen it
Oh,
yet?
how is it?
Yeah, how is it? I haven't seen it.
I mean, so I'll tell you, it's so funny being online, and it's either absolutely amazing or the worst thing ever created. It's
Yeah.
so, and I
There's
can't
no in
believe
between.
that it can be both of those things. It almost skewed me. I liked the original Tron. I actually really loved Tron Legacy film. I grew up with watching it with my sons. They loved it. We've probably seen it, 10 times. And so I was hopeful about this one. I read,
Yeah.
saw some of the early press about it, and it was mostly really negative. So I went in prepared to be disappointed. I have to tell you again, you're walking into a Tron, inside the grid, sci-fi. There's going to be a lot of special effects. Like that's the movie you're walking into. So don't go in expecting Casablanca. But I did go in expecting it to be really bad, and I was actually surprised at how entertaining it was. And I think the soundtrack certainly helps. I saw it in IMAX 3D. I normally
cool.
don't like 3D. I find it gimmicky and distracting. This was one of the first 3D films I saw where it was an absolute enhancer, but it wasn't taking away from, I like looking at the whole picture, and 3D
Yeah.
makes you look at, this one thing that's in your, that's in your face. You really could take in the whole picture with that. And it was exciting. It was a ride. It kicked ass. It was,
Oh, wow.
again, it's not Casablanca. It's not, it's not,
It's in color.
it's not, it doesn't have, it's an exciting film. It takes you on a ride. I was completely entertained. The soundtrack absolutely helped. I love the score
Sorry.
that Daft Punk did for Tron Legacy.
Oh, this was Nine Inch Nails, right?
Pull it together, Bill. Yeah, Nine
I
Inch
just
Nails.
can't believe
Ostensibly, it's
I'm not
Trent
laughing
Reznor.
at you. I'm laughing at Ian's stupid comment about being in color. I'm not
Should we
laughing.
go back to the Giants and the Jets? Sorry.
I'm laughing at it. I can't wait to see it, Austin. I'm very excited. So I'm with you.
I didn't see that last one, the Legacy one.
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't even know if I saw all
it
of the
was. Yeah, it
original.
was. I thought. Yeah, it's funny going back and seeing the original. The original, you're like, it's 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 hard to remember how groundbreaking it was at the time because a lot of the things that they were doing just didn't exist in movies. And
Yeah.
and yet so much of the human part of the filmmaking with the costumes and the weird lighting and the rotoscoping that they had to do, makes it feel really, really dated. It's the irony is I don't think Tron was, the best movie to
He's
begin
making me
with.
laugh. We're not laughing at
Um,
you. Sorry.
He's such an idiot.
It's,
I can't believe he says that.
it's like when you're in school and you shouldn't be laughing, and that's why you laugh. Sorry. Austin, sorry. No, I need to. I don't even think I saw all of the
you guys
original.
are adorable.
Thank you, Austin. Woo! Yeah. So okay, I should see this and maybe see it in 3D. But would not knowing the other ones that well, would I enjoy this one?
Oh, that's a good question.
It's a fair question. I saw it with a friend who also really enjoyed it. He did not see Legacy. He had seen the original, vaguely remembered it. So I don't think he was relying on plot knowledge going
Yeah.
into this. I I think I think if you've seen the two before, you're rewarded with Easter eggs and also just a few references along the way that help it make sense. But I
It's
think
Halloween
just as an
time though. That makes
action
no
movie,
sense.
I
Easter
missed that.
eggs.
What?
Sorry, it's another bad
Sorry,
joke on my
it's
part. There's a delay.
it's over my head.
Yeah, it was a dumb.
I heard Roofman is awesome. I can't wait to see that. And it did okay this weekend.
Yeah, is that a wide release, Roofman?
Yeah, I think so. It's in
Okay.
Portland.
I should see it. So Austin. Oh shoot, hold on.
Hello? Hello? Who is this?
Do not eject. Do not eject. Do not eject this.
So I think our resident opera singer is wondering what movie you chose for our show this week, Austin.
So I know you wanted to do a Halloween horror movie kind of vibe situation.
Yeah.
And I chose the movie Jennifer's Body.
That's perfect for the theme for this week. So why did you choose the film Jennifer's Body?
I've seen it easily 10 or 12 times.
Really?
I always thought it was really entertaining. I thought it was gorgeously filmed, like better than that it had any right to be. And I loved the sort of the female centric take
Yeah.
on the horror genre. The empowered woman part of it. I like that it was a movie about high school and high school dynamics, a movie about friendships, friends growing up, drifting apart, but still staying together, even though they've kind of gone in different directions. I think that was a nice aspect of it. I think there's a lot of this movie was doing a lot.
Mhm.
I think in a good way, and maybe maybe it was too much. I don't know, but I really liked all aspects of it. And I was surprised that it didn't do well, and it wasn't. I didn't see it on its initial release. I don't think I was tapped in to know that it was problematic or that it was a bomb or it was critically
Mhm.
panned. Um, here's the irony. I saw it because a band I like called White Lies
Yeah,
tweeted. This was back when I paid attention to tweets. Uh,
I
tweeted,
hear you.
"Hey, we just found out a song of ours." A song of ours called Death is in some movie called Jennifer's Body. That's cool. I don't know. Maybe go see it. So I was like, oh, I really like it's a band I really like. So I was like, oh, I'll check that movie out. And I never did. And I was on a plane, looking through the bad selection of movies to watch.
Mhm.
And that came up, and I was like, oh, perfect plane movie. Like clearly I haven't been dying, to see it, but I can't find anything else that I'm interested in. And I was kind of, I should check that out. And I
And
saw it,
held
on the
captive
dumb
on a
little
plane.
screen, and even on that, it was pretty good. And I was super excited when I heard, like this great song, "Death" by White Lies play. So, I was glad for that. But then, like, wrapped around that, little 1 minute part of the movie was, I thought a really well done movie. Um,
Mhm.
and and so in retrospect, I was surprised to hear that it didn't do well. And then in retrospect to the retrospect, actually, learned a little bit why it didn't do well. Um, I not even for this, but I think, uh, maybe a year ago, I don't know, I came across a YouTube video of Diablo Cody, who's the writer on this, and Megan Fox,
Yeah.
and it was titled like I think Jennifer's Body Reunion or something like that. And they both talked about their experiences on the film, and one thing they talked about was the marketing of it. And they I think Diablo talked about the who the studio invited to test screenings of it, and they
Yeah.
invited fans of the movie Juno, which she was the film that she wrote
Yeah.
before this, her first film, which was
Mhm.
fantastic.
Yeah.
But maybe not a similar audience. And teenage boys who were fans of Megan Fox.
Megan. Yeah.
And so one of the stars of the film. So I think the two target audiences, the demographics that they were chasing, were not necessarily the ones that were going to enjoy the film. So I don't think that did them any favors. I think if it, marketed properly, I think if a movie like this came out now, I think it would, it would do phenomenally. So I feel badly for them that it wasn't, it didn't get the love that it deserved.
Let's go to a trailer and then we'll continue talking about it. Here is the trailer.
You and me are going out tonight. Wear something cute, okay?
You always do what Jennifer tells you to do.
It's just that I like the same things that she likes.
Hey, Jennifer, you look really pretty.
Why don't you just come by my place? Well, this is random.
This isn't really your house, is it?
We can play mommy and daddy.
No way.
We always share your bed when we have slumber parties.
Jennifer's evil.
I know.
No, I mean, she's actually evil. Not high school evil.
Chip is looking really cute to me lately. How is he tasting these days?
You are never a good friend.
You could have anybody that you want. Why Chip? You're killing people.
No.
I'm killing boys. Are you scared?
Thought you only murdered boys.
I go both ways.
I will finish you if I have to.
Okay. You can barely finish gym class.
One thing I have to say is each one of our movie picks today have someone that gets impaled. Yeah, which I don't know if you guys
Nice.
noticed, but I think that's a good connecting thing. Is there anything else about this film that you loved? Did you like Diablo Cody's other films beyond Juno, like Tully and Young Adult? Have you seen those?
I didn't see them. I haven't.
Oh, they're good.
Oh,
They're
I did
both
see young.
really
I'm sorry,
good.
I did see young adult. I did see young adult. Yes, I
Okay.
saw it. I saw young adult at the Hamptons Film Festival when it came out.
Oh well.
I went
Not with you.
there with you once, and we saw the best film of all time. We'll
Which
get
is
into
what?
that later.
Which is what?
Cyrano. Cyrano. It was so bad. It was
Good
so
director.
bad.
It was a good director.
Yeah,
was-
it is a
it
good
was-
director. That's why it was
it
so
was not good.
disappointing. It wasn't good. Oh my god. But this is a movie
I got tickets for it,
yeah.
and I was just
Oh, no,
saying
go
I got
on.
tickets for it, and Ian's like, he's like, it's a musical, right? And
You
I was
hate
like, say what
musicals.
now? I hate musicals. So yeah, so it didn't have good odds going in. Anyway,
Yeah. And I had hope because I'm okay with musicals. This movie is a movie, I love horror. I was excited to see it. I anticipated it. I knew from Juno that she's a good writer. But ultimately, and rewatching it again, I was like, why didn't I really enjoy it the first time? So I saw it at the theater. I was like, I kind of left feeling meh. And watching it again, I just feel like it's so forced. It almost feels like there's so many people in the artistic pot trying to make this thing work. And I feel maybe if at a lower budget, it might be better. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. I feel like it wants to be Heathers and Clueless, but doesn't quite land it. It's not scary. For me, it's sporadically funny.
it's so funny. Those are two movies that absolutely popped up.
Yeah.
Rewatching it again of like where does this fit into, because it definitely had it, a lot of horror movies are obviously set, in a high school world.
Yeah.
You have it's populated with high school students. This was a horror film that was really about high school and about the social dynamics of high school boyfriends and girlfriends, high school relationships. And I thought that was interesting. So naturally you've got to think of things like Heathers and Clueless.
Yeah. I think it had a lot of hope. I mean, and I think this is a great pick for the show. And there's a lot of people that love it. But I think it just didn't stick the landing. There's one line I like, though, when the mother turns to the little girl and says, "Sit like a lady. No one wants to see your kiki." That was the one time I chuckled. But sorry. What'd you think of it, Bill?
I think,
Sorry.
No, go Austin.
I was just going to say, to your point, when you say you were watching it, it didn't stick the landing. One of the things that has always bugged me a little bit, and I feel badly about this because I think Diablo Cody is very talented. I feel like it was almost overwritten. I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of the Megan Fox little one-liners are a little too forced, a little too like, look at me trying to sound like I know what teenage jargon is, and I'm going to use it extensively, and I'm going to put exclamation
Yes.
points on every single one of them, and Megan Fox is going to over deliver them every time. That was, like watching it with a little more of a critical eye. I was like, it's forced.
Yeah. Agreed.
So yeah,
What'd you think, Bill?
I think the movie's ahead of its time. I was
Yeah.
excited that the director of Girl Fight directed it, and that movie is awesome.
And that Flux movie.
I had friends that worked on that Flux movie. That was a nightmare production. But yeah,
that was that was another disappointment. I'd love the animated Aeon Flux series that ran on MTV during my college years, and I was so excited for the film. And then yeah, I mean, like this, gorgeous looking, but
Yeah.
not great.
Yeah, little on substance. Diablo Cody's great. I think the difference between this and Juno is that the actor in Juno could deliver her lines a little bit better than Megan Fox, who's talented, but I just don't think she's a wordsmith.
Yeah.
I get what they're going for. It's ahead of its time, and the fact that we're talking about it 12 years, 13 years later just shows you how like spot on they were. I mean, there's so many of these derivatives, and she was the first to try to mesh these two separate ideas. Yeah, I give her kudos for that as well.
It's a movie I wanted to revisit, so I appreciate you bringing it to us. So I had to revisit it, but I won't revisit it again. But our audience should try it. Anything else you want to say about it, Austin? Before,
yeah. So in one of the things which was also really interesting in that reunion video that I saw a while back was, you know, obviously it was a bad experience, sort of post film
Mm,
release for both Diablo and Megan, and and they sort of, it was really interesting. It's so easy to consume media and say that was awesome, that sucked, and it was really
yeah,
interesting to actually hear them speak, extensively about the impact that it had on their lives and their work. And at one point, Megan referenced the sacrifice scene, and
mhm,
and sort of drew this parallel of here are powerful men sacrificing this woman, and she drew a direct line to to studios in general, but specifically on the making of this film, where they were absolutely going after the Megan Fox fan, and
yeah,
trying to market it to those people, really using her as the tool to sell the movie, when it
yeah,
was it was not quite the right move. And she was just like, how do they how do they not see this parallels of literally something that happens in the movie, and to the way that you're treating
totally.
like the female star of the movie. And it was pretty eye-opening. But then not surprising when when you hear about how film studios sort of chase the audience rather than let the creative people create and make it. I think I think it was Liam Gallagher, or I think it was Noel Gallagher of Oasis, talked about, you know uh, bands should never listen to what fans want. He's like, nobody wanted the Beatles before they existed. Nobody wanted Jimi Hendrix. Nobody wanted the Rolling Stones.
Hmm.
They came into existence. They made what they felt passionate about, and it was different, and that's what people fell in love with. So I love that take on creativity.
Do you know what? I watched the unrated director's cut of this film last night. Do you know which cut you watched?
I
You probably
don't.
watch the regular
What
one.
was what, maybe
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I
I
don't know.
whatever was on Hulu.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know which one that is, but I guess the unrated director's cut focuses more on Amanda Seyfried's. I can't say her last name. Her perspective, and it changed things
Seyfried.
around. Seyfried.
Mhm.
It focuses more on her perspective, and it makes her more the main character. There's only like 5 extra minutes in the film, but I thought Amanda.
Mhm.
I thought she was great. I thought she was really, really good
Yeah.
in the soul of the film, and she kind of grounded it as much as it could be grounded. Um, did they say
I
that?
and I
Oh, I'm sorry. No, you go.
I was going to say, I think she was great, and I think, as Megan's, to your point, not exactly a wordsmith, but I feel like physically, I think she's also a very good physical actor. In a lot of the horror scenes,
Sure.
um, I think she really embodied that fantastically. So but give her credit there. But yeah, you're right. It is. I would have liked to have seen more of it from Needy's. It's got to be the worst, name, character name. And it actually wasn't until this viewing that I noticed right at the beginning of the film, when they're looking at her case file, her name is Anita. So
Oh,
that's
Oh,
okay.
so
I
her
did not
nickname is
notice.
Needy. Um, yeah, and that was a little too on the nose. Like,
Yeah.
God, you've done the girl a disservice enough by like taking a beautiful actress, and you've tried to make her look as as unattractive and dorky, and as can barely fend for herself as possible. But like, you give her a nickname, Needy. Like, you don't have
It's
to
subtle.
bash the head of the nail on that. Yeah.
Did they say that the studio was involved in kind of trying to change the structure of the film, or was it just in the promotion of the film that they got too involved?
Just from what they talked about, they really talked about it more on from the marketing point of
Okay.
view. I don't know how much they were involved in if they were
In the
involved much
final cut or whatever.
in the making of it. Um,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah, I'm
good,
not sure.
good, good
Um,
pick
the
though.
the one the
Yeah,
Yeah, the one last thing I'll say is,
sure.
the one of my favorite things, and when a movie can do this really well, I think that the Hangover was a great example of, I'm not talking about like the Marvel end credits scene where, it's like a whole other scene from, teasing a whole other movie, but when a movie can do something in the closing credits that enhances
Yeah,
the
that was
film.
great.
And the Hangover with the still photographs was like, I mean, everyone was ready to walk out of the theater
That
not
was
knowing,
hilarious.
and was okay not knowing, not having seen what had happened, that they couldn't, leading up to
Yeah.
them misplacing their friend. uh that was a total surprise and a total enhancement, and I loved the closing credits. First of all, the whole needle drop of was it Amethyst? Is that the song? um
I don't know.
anyway, the whole song that they used uh was fantastic, and the combination of the video and the even the still photographs as the credits are rolling of
It was
the
great.
aftermath of what happens. I mean, those are like eh, quality photographs. It was, anyway, I love that little coda on the film. It was very well done.
Yeah, good pick. Thank you, Austin.
The light is dangerous. Don't go near it. Don't even look at the light.
Go into the light.
You said don't go into the light! Do not eject! Do not eject! Do not eject this!
Well, I guess it's my turn to present my movie, the opera singer is saying. So my pick this week is the direct to Peacock streaming film from, I think, 2023 or 2022 called Sick, directed by John Hyams, son of Peter Hyams. Am I saying that last name right, Bill?
Yes.
All right. It's a pandemic set thriller about these two young ladies that go off to a cabin to spend a little time away from pandemic land, and they start being stalked by a slasher. Shall we see a trailer?
Sure.
Here it goes.
Where's your mask? This isn't a vacation, it's a quarantine.
A quarantine in style.
Are you kidding me?
This is incredible.
Sick, and it's all ours. The only neighbor is miles away.
I thought you were spending quarantine alone.
What are you doing here?
I wanted to see you, and quarantine can be fun.
Mary.
Jump in, water's fine. Who is this?
I don't know.
That's creepy, Parker.
Where's that guy? Oh my God! Just one moment. Unlock the door! Unlock the door! You have a mask, don't you? Your mask. What? I can't let you in. It's not safe. Are you kidding me, lady? Please!
I thought that movie was fun. I thought going in, I was like, oh, straight to streaming. I've seen a lot of poor Netflix straight to streaming movies, so I'm like, not excited. But I was like, it got some good reviews, so I'll give it a try. And it's from Kevin Williamson, who did Scream, so I thought it would just be too cutesy. But this is a good little slasher thriller. There's some pretty crazy violence in it, and it also brings some of that, pandemic humor in there. I surprisingly thought it worked, and it had Erasure, a song by them, so it can't be bad. What do you think, Austin?
I mean, you hit the nail on the head. Erasure was the best part of the movie.
Oh no! I tried to
No,
discover.
I'm teasing. Talk about talk about high school years. That song was big for me.
Me too.
Um, No, I thought it was very fun. I wish it was funnier. I thought it was going to be a little funnier. I do like we talked about this. I like, I like humor mixed in with my horror. Like that's
I
why I
think I
love.
sold it that way.
Yeah, maybe I loved Ready or Not. Like was, like I said, a great blend
That
of
movie's awesome.
laughs and
And Shaun of the Dead.
murder. Yeah, yeah. Oh, totally. Uh, my younger son and I, Wesley and I watched this, and I've I don't think I've ever been so ready for, a main character to be murdered so early on in the film.
He
I
texted me that.
yeah, we really found Parker just unbearable. But on the other hand, like we loved the friend Mary. We're like, Mary knows what's going on. Like I'm listening to
Yeah.
Mary. Um, it was fun. It was one of those classic, like watching Jennifer's Body. I watched it as a movie. Watching this, I watched it like a horror film where you're just talking to the characters the whole time. Don't do that. Why are you going downstairs when you
Uh-huh.
can go upstairs? You're not going to fit through that. Like why are you still inside the house? Why are you're just questioning every decision they make because it seems like
Yeah.
the complete opposite of what a normal person would do.
It's true. It was fun kind of seeing the flashbacks of what it was like to go through the pandemic too. I'm like, oh my God, that's right. It was like that. What'd you think, Bill?
I was a little skeptical because
It's my pick.
because Ian's picks are always like this.
Fucking thing sucks!
However, this doesn't suck.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live.
And I was expecting the worst because he's put me through a lot of bad horror movies. And
He means good.
right away, I was like, this is so well shot. I go, who shot this? This is so well directed. I'm with Austin. I wish it was a little bit funnier. Kevin Williams, I have not seen the Scream after Scream 2, so I always thought Scream was like kind of comedy and horror. So
Yeah.
I thought it would have been more punchy, but other than that, it was a pretty beautifully shot, pretty awesome movie. I'm shocked it didn't get more traction.
Yeah, I remember it being, I thought I remembered it being funnier. That's why I chose it. But as you know, I'm not a huge comedy fan. And I think that's what I feared about it the first time. I was like, oh, it's just going to be a silly kind of teen comedy. But last night I'm like, oh my God, this is pretty intense horror. Like there's some good violence, like that guy getting impaled, like your other movies
Yeah.
with impaled people. But yeah, I think it's a good time.
Do you feel like I felt a little bit like they snagged the stabbing with the antlers, the moose, the deer head antlers from Get Out? Do you think you felt like that was a little
Well,
That
that
was
was
in
also-
Silent Night, Deadly Night too.
Yeah, that was in Silent Night, Deadly
Was it?
Night. She gets, yeah. I just met that woman that got impaled. She autographed one of my posters back there. Yeah, because she's in Return of the Living Dead.
I was forced to see it at Quentin Tarantino's theater. Couldn't believe how crazy misogynistic it was.
And we did it on this show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was not my recommendation.
It was not my recommendation.
Okay, so see Sick and not Silent Night, Deadly Night. Sick's a good time.
Do not eject, do not eject, do not eject this.
You like that? They're all horror themed this week because it's spooky season. Bill, I think the opera singer wants to know what film you picked for this week.
I picked is it 1991? Death Becomes Her. Let's play the trailer and I'll explain everything about the movie.
No, I'm not going to play it. Austin, should we play it? It's up to you.
came out a long time ago? You might need to refresh people's memory that it exists.
Thank you,
Okay,
Austin.
here it goes.
She was a big star in the 60s.
I thought she was dead. I've lost men to her before.
A touch of magic. Drink that potion, and you'll never grow even one day older.
They think I'm dead.
You are, but you're not.
She's dead, Ernest.
You pushed me down the stairs.
I'm so sweaty.
I don't think it's sweat, honey. I think you're defrosting.
Meryl Streep, Bruce Willis, and Goldie Hawn.
Look at me. I'm soaking wet.
Death Becomes Her.
Was that defrosting scene actually in the movie?
No, 3/4 of that they had to reshoot the movie. So Tracy Ullman, who is in that two of those scenes, she had a subplot that got caught. So
wow.
So okay, so the movie is written by David Koepp and his then writing partner Martin Donovan, and they did Apartment Zero.
Mm-hmm.
And they wrote this movie, and Zemeckis directed it. It was a total flop at the time, and they had to recut the entire movie. They cut out the subplot. When you read the original script, it's online. But Tracy Ullman plays. So Bruce Willis is an alcoholic, and Bruce Willis goes to this bar in Beverly Hills, and he has a relationship with Tracy Ullman. And there's a whole that whole third act that okay. So when you see the movie. There's no second act in the movie, but it's still over the years people have come to love it, especially in the gay community. It's hilarious that this and Soap Dish, written and directed by straight men, is such an iconic movie in the gay community.
Mm-hmm.
And so the movie is completely flawed, but over time there's so much amazing stuff in it. But there's no second act. It was they reshot it. Zemeckis said, I messed up the movie. And then over the years, people have come to love it. It involves Hollywood actresses looking for a way to be younger. They take a magic potion that makes them younger forever. And it's a metaphor for aging actresses in Beverly Hills. But very troubled screenings. And so when you see that trailer, three quarters of it is not in the movie. And also Bruce Willis was coming off Hudson Hawk, so he needed this movie to work. He's one of the best parts of the movie.
Austin.
Yeah. Everyone's like, is he ever going to work again? And I was like, oh, he's making a movie with Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn. But there's no second act in this movie. It's crazy because of what they had to recut. But
was that part with Tracy Ullman? Did that explain why it's sort of, as you go to the fast forward part, he's an alcoholic, he can't operate anymore? Was that
yeah, so he goes to the bar and he falls in love with her, and then she helps him escape. And so that scene where they all, well, I don't want to spoil it, but there's a crazy ending scene that was not in the movie. It was very smaller. It was more of like a Hitchcockian, I need to escape these crazy women and stuff like that. And
that felt tagged on.
Yeah, it just totally crashed and burned. And even Zemeckis said, I tried to make a black comedy because he did use cars and 1941, and he directed this because I just messed up. But I don't think he did. I think it's a phenomenal movie. It's ahead of its time. So funny. Their names are Madeline and Helen, and when you truncate it, it's mad as hell. That's what I mean. There's some smart things about the movie. What do you guys think? Austin, what do you think?
So, like Hudson Hawk, this is a movie that I saw when I worked at a movie theater. So I didn't just see it; I saw it, probably 5, 8, 10 times.
Did people hate it? Did the people that went to go see it hate it?
I don't remember the audience reaction strongly for or against it. I really don't remember anything about that. I remember liking it, thinking that it was charming. In rewatching it, it was and also getting to see how an amazing of an actor Meryl Streep was at the time, but really has even become since then. Goldie Hawn is wonderful. It almost seemed like they were too good for the movie that they were in. The movie was, it's funny, Jennifer's body I think looked beautiful, and maybe there was some struggle with line delivery. In this case, the movie felt a little schlocky. Bruce Willis was acting in the movie that it looked like. I felt like Meryl Streep was, her talents were almost wasted. It was like she was almost too good. Isabella Rossellini was almost too good for the schlocky appearance of it. And part of that is a dated movie. Part of that is Robert Zemeckis. Part of it is trying to make a black comedy. But I thought it was very charming, and was it was refreshing almost to see really talented people in a movie that they might have turned their nose up at, but instead went whole hog into, and were fantastic.
When I did see it in the theater, everyone groaned at that ending. Everyone was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, what, are you kidding me? And then my friends got mad at me. I was like, I didn't make the movie, dude.
It was I mean, there's a lot of spackling and whatever jokes throughout the movie. That was a little, it was, borderline Adam's Family,
Yeah, it totally has that vibe. This is a movie just like Jennifer's Body that I went to opening weekend because of the horror element. I was somewhat excited for it. And I think it does deliver on the gore, which I imagine some audience members who are there more for the comedy thought maybe it was probably too violent. And I left, like I did Jennifer's Body, feeling kind of like meh about it. But on rewatch, with the very low expectations I went in on it, I enjoyed it. I think it's a fun little spooky season movie. It seems like the cast is having a great time. I don't know if they actually did, but like you said, Meryl Streep is at the top of her game. I think Goldie Hawn's great. And I think Bruce Willis actually matches them to a degree. But like you said, he's in the film that it looks like. But I think it's a good time. That end feels tagged on, but there's a lot of fun to be had. So it's.
I feel like it's a good film for parents that have, not little kids, but kids that are, getting into scary movies. I feel like it's a good. There's some gore, but it's not. It's
cartoony.
It's cartoony. It's silly. I feel like this is a good one to add to the list of kids that are just starting to get into horror movies, scary movies. Like a nice sort of safe entry. That's
it's a gateway.
Total gateway, and plenty of like laughs to distract from and silliness to distract from the shotgun hole to the stomach that you can see through.
That's so great. Yeah, that's funny. So Austin, we're at the point of the show where you have to choose a film that is not your own pick that you would choose as the winner of the week.
Like last time, it's close. I think I'm gonna go with Death Becomes Her because it was a fun it was a fun watch. Like I had fun going through it. I don't think I'd seen it since it was in theaters. It's not one that I felt the need to revisit, especially since I'd seen it, whatever, half a dozen times.
Yeah.
So there was like definitely a nice little happy comfort factor circling back to it.
Yeah, I agree on revisit because I revisited both. I agree this I just had a good time watching it and I chuckled a few times. So I also choose Death Becomes Her. Bill, what is your pick for the week?
I picked Jennifer's Body, but doesn't matter because you know why? You know what I win?
Yeah, show them what you win. Oh, no way.
It's
not autographed, though.
Look at that guy.
It's okay. I have enough for your autographs.
So this, for this episode, you can find Sick on Peacock. You can find Jennifer's Body on Hulu and Tubi. And Death Becomes Her is on Netflix. Austin, thank you so much for your time. It was so great to have you again. And I know we brought you in late notice, so I really appreciate you catching up with us.
My pleasure. Always happy to do this. It's a lot of fun. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Everyone, please like, share, and find Austin and his ripped pants on Instagram. There it is again. Thank you, Austin. Bye, everyone. Austin, stand by for 1 second.
We're the Ejectables, rolling back the years, celebrating movies that no one else cheers. From backhand juice to epic fails, we say it's all good. We're the Ejectables, yeah, we're misunderstood.